Welcome to the Steam Autumn Sale 2013. The sale goes from November 27th to December 3rd. Games featured in a daily or flash deal have an extra discount on them, so if you want to save money, only buy games that are in one of the two sales or wait until the very last day of the sale. The Incredible Adventure of Van Helsing is a hack-and-slay RPG like Diablo and Torchlight. If you already have played the two games I just named, you can give this one a try. The game is 66% off and has Steam trading cards. Papers, Please is a unique experience. You play as an immigration inspector on a border checkpoint. Your role is to check the papers from immigrants. You get paid for every immigrant you let through, but not only will the amount of needed documents increase each day, they will try to fake documents and you are only allowed a limited amount of mistakes before your pay gets cut. The game is monotone on purpose and also carries a deep and serious message. Most of the time, I'm not the biggest fan of such kind of games, but Papers, Please is a game I'm going to recommend. This game is 50% off. XCOM, Enemy Unknown is a strategy game and a remake of the original from 1993. The game has made quite some changes, which might disappoint veteran gamers, but it's still an amazing game that will enthrall you for many hours. The game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. The add-on Enemy Within sadly is not discounted. Don't Starve is an adventure survival game with a unique art style. It's a challenging game with much to discover, but it just gets frustrating to die after many hours of playing just because an so far unknown element kills you. The combat system also is a pain in the butt. Instead of a click and swing system, you have to click on the enemies. The game wants you to survive and not fight, but I encountered many situations where I was forced to fight to survive, and the monsters are most of the time stronger and have higher endurance, which means you need to fight clever to win. With the way the combat is designed though, that's not an easy task, which will kill you quite a few times. If you are a die-hard fan of the survival genre, likes the graphics style and don't mind the combat system, you might want to check it out. It's 66% off and has Steam trading cards. Game Dev Tycoon is a game where you create video games, research new features and genres, and try to achieve the best review scores and make the best game ever made. In the beginning, this game is a whole lot of fun. You give your games silly names and try all kinds of genre and theme combinations. The moment you advance in your career though, the game suddenly becomes kinda brutal and you're required to make top games one after the other if you want to continue existing. As realistic as this may sound, the big problem is that the game heavily relies on an in-game table. Certain genre and theme combinations won't work. Certain combinations won't work for certain audience and consoles. I really enjoyed the game, but to become really successful, all you need to know or have are those in-game tables that say how to get successful. It may not always work, but it will steal the sense of actually becoming successful on your own. The game is 50% off and has Steam trading cards. Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition is a third-person action RPG and the best game ever made, and everyone who disagrees is just a filthy casual. To be serious though, the game is a challenging and unforgiving game. Even though I personally am not the biggest fan of the game, I will still recommend it to give it a try. It's 80% off. Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition is an old school RPG. If you have played the original, you might want to check it out and relive the memories. For everyone else though, the game looks and feels quite old, and I would rather recommend to check out one of the newer RPGs before giving this one a try. With 60% off, this game is also still quite expensive. Final Fantasy VII is a HD remake from the RPG from 1997. The HD remake looks incredibly weird. Some textures are HD, others are not, and they haven't touched the character models at all. It just looks ugly to see a somewhat decent looking background combined with those horrible blocks they call characters. If you are a die-hard fan of this game, check it out. It even has achievements now. For everyone else, please save your money. This game is 66% off. Dead Island is Borderlands with zombies. It's a first-person shooter with up to 4-player co-op. The more players you are, the more bullet spongy the enemies become. The story is non-existent, the characters are annoying, the menu is designed for console in mind, and it's incredibly annoying. Enemies respawn at the same place over and over again. The quests are simple fetch quests that will force you to run through the same area over and over again. The melee system is enjoyable in the beginning until you encounter so many goddamn zombies. At some point, the game just doesn't care anymore and just hands out guns. Sometimes. I don't know why you would want to play that game. It's 75% off and has Steam trading cards. System Shock 2 is a first-person action RPG. Go grab a graphics modification and give this game a try. It holds up to this very day. High recommendation from my side. It's 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Sanctum 2 is a first-person tower defense game. I can only give you my experience from the first game, but it looked bland. Many waves heavily relied on your guns instead of building clever mazes or your turret placement. The sequel might have improved the gameplay, but I'm personally not eager to find out. With 80% off though, it could be a game for you and your buddies. The game also has Steam trading cards. Killing Floor is a first-person co-op survival zombie shooter. Left 4 Dead 2 was the first zombie co-op shooter I recommended on day 1. Killing Floor is the second one. Left 4 Dead 2 is more focused on progressing through levels, while Killing Floor requires you to know the maps and try to find the perfect spot to survive. The game is 75% off and has Steam trading cards. Skullgirls is a 2D action brawler. Many people recommend this game for its excellent tutorial section and fighting system. If you want to learn the genre, or you're a big fan of it, this should be the game for you. It's 50% off and has Steam trading cards. Day 2 is over. I wish you a happy Thanksgiving, Hanukkah and Thursday.